I have now formed a leaf like this. So really what we want to get some shapes that we normally use, we would use this shape, which is like a reverted S, or it would have been this shape. So those are the shapes that we use with the leaf. Any of these shapes like this S shape, like so, can be formed into a leaf like so, and an under part will go like so. Okay, these are the curves, these are the shapes we need. The C shape is another shape we will use quite a lot of in drawing a leaf. Now, I've spoken before about the movement we have, the rhythm we have through the leaf. I will start with this style of leaf. First of all, I will have my cut like so. Like I said before, the slight pear drop cut was like that. So now there is the stem. Here is the back of the leaf. See the curve we're making? This curve. Stop, cut, small cut back in, the S shape, twist again, longer, slightly smaller there, make the small knob here, and then we will bring this out and under here. So we could take it over here, make a nice little throwback on there, like so. One leaf. It's quite simple. So you got the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how we would do it. So try another one. It's a small cut underneath, like so. 1, 2, 3, and then bring this underneath here. We'll form that shape. Little puddiny shape. Nice. The variations. We get the variation. Another one. Let's start again. We'll start with the under part there. That's the leading part there. So now we know there's a gap there. We can make it here. 1, 2, 4 more small there. Now we will put this shape in, like the S shape, and you will have this shape. That's all it consists of. So what we should practice now is we were going through our letters. S, C, with your C, or your numbers. Your number 9, your number 6. Just carry that on, and you have your scroll. You have your 2. So you can convert that into the same again, the shapes of leaves. So you get the rhythm going through your 3. So you can convert this into most other shapes if you want to. So it's just getting the rhythm. You can shape it into many shapes. Doesn't mean very much, but it's the rhythm you need, that continuous variations on shapes. By actually exaggerating the darkness underneath, will give you the shadow here as though it becomes three-dimensional. This is a larger version so that you can see of what we are aiming for. This is the practice you will need. Next, you will shade these by doing the fine lines. Now, we must not overshade. We would try to form these into a model of what it should be. So if this gradually becomes a little thicker down to this area here, starting thin, and you can do these movements like so. So this is coming down. You may just want to put a few little movements in here. These are large versions. What we are doing is going to make these miniatures with your engraving, so they will be a fraction of the size of these. But the more you practice to get this shape here and develop beautiful shapes, you can just get the simple shape of this curve, like your number 9 here. You do this. So even if you were to be doing this, another one here, and another one here, just doing your little practices, it can form a beautiful little pattern. So you cut this here now. Because you're doing this teardrop here, you're creating a shadow or a dark movement here. Now this can be waves. You can turn this here, like so. Come on, there we go. And bring this back here to this shape again. And we will continue just to practice. But you can see how it can develop into patterns you want to engrave. This is a large pattern. It's just getting these lines, this rhythm of lines that you need. You don't want to get too awkward a leaf that you don't know what you're shaping. You're just putting it in because you're doing a scroll. You're seeing somebody else doing that type of thing, and you think, oh, well, that's the way it's done. Try to stop doing these awkward shapes, because some leaves look dead. When you see a plant dying, its leaves shrivel and they start to wither and they get awkward shapes. You want a lively plant, a plant that's been watered and nurtured. So we would convert this, give it some water, bring it back into life. Put some life into you. Come on, son. There we go. And you will, there you are. Caress it. There's a shape. Just one little shape. You carry on doing this. Practice again. Do your little put the finer line over the top. This is a fine, you see, you can cut these finer, these lines here. This is these are what you need. So you create these little patterns. So if you're doing just another leaf like we would do on very fine scroll, we would do this here. But I would maybe do a little one here, you see. That was a bit close, but there. So this one would come up here, we can bring it back like so. You can bring this down here, and another one down here. So that would be on the back of another scroll. So you would have these shapes, right? There's your three, there's your three. You can do another one here. And you will put here, put a little here, put another little leaf growing here. Then these will be shaded in with finer. This is a coarse piece of charcoal that's giving you a view of what I can do when it's large. You're going to draw it fine. This is just a demonstration of the shapes. It's nothing to do with the medium I'm working with, but how we can transform everything in here. You're 9. You're 6. You're 6. Your fish hook. These are the fish hooks. These are the shapes that will make this by just doing a certain little thing like that. See the life it's got? It becomes a bird. Any of these shapes here becomes the wing of a bird. It becomes something like that. It becomes a leaf. It becomes living. So rhythm. So whatever you do here, you get that rhythm, that flow that comes through like a river, like a path. If you're doing a drawing of little cottage or so, you will get the meandering river that comes down. So just by doing this, your imagination goes in, you're going into the distance, you're coming through here, and then you're forming something like so. You put your little house up here, but it's the same with the scroll. You would put those things on, you can play around. With scrolls, this becomes your Art Nouveau technique. Rhythm lines. Okay. Just a quick little demo. You shade here on the back if you want to. Then you can shade here on this one. You will put other shadings in. You'll see this time and again. This is like on the gun engraving. And so you can shade off the edge on these here. It's good as a size of the scrolls you're going to do. If they get small, you shouldn't overshade. You may only need 2 or 3 lines within this area. On a larger piece of work, you put more. But being under a microscope in lots of cases, you're not looking at it with the naked eye. You can overshade. You think you're being very clever and putting a lot of lines in, and oh yes, the customer, whoever is going to see this, is going to think you're really great. And then when you take it out, it becomes a blur, it becomes a big black. So you just need 1 or 2 lines in. That will just give you this. I'll finish for now.